Hello everyone! This month I had the awesome opportunity of visiting Korea with Asiana Airlines. I have never been to Korea before, so I immediately jumped at this opportunity and I had the most amazing time, as I'm sure you guys seen in the vlogs. But in today's video, I want to share with you all my flight and airport experience as well as hotel review. So I hope this video inspires you to add Korea to your bucket list and that this will make it easier when you plan your trip. Korea was absolutely amazing and I can't wait to share my experience, so let's get started. So let's start with the first day at the airport. We were so excited to travel business class with Asiana Airlines because I heard the food is amazing and so is the airport lounge. So we checked in our bags early and headed straight for the food. We ate and relaxed for a little bit. After that, it was time to board. I just got seated and this is seriously the biggest business class seat I've ever had on any plane. So I'll give you guys a quick tour. So here's my seat. This seat folds down 180 degrees so it becomes completely flat when it's time to sleep. And over here I have a table, got my little reading lamp, USB charger, headset, got a water bottle, and right here I have a toiletry bag, headphones, magazines, my man. Look at how big this space is, all this leg room. Wow. And when you swing onto this side, I believe this is my table. So you just pop this baby down when it's time to eat. Here, this is the leg space. So when it's time for bed, I can extend this bed out by using the controls over here and it becomes a bed. I really like that there's space over on this side as well. I also really like that they have this cubby right over on this side. So this compartment, you can put your purse, your laptop, things like that, and that's about it. So I settled in my seat and we are in the air. The service was awesome. From the moment we took off, I was offered drinks and a warm towel to clean my hands. And shortly after takeoff, it was already lunchtime, which I was super excited about. It started off with a delicious appetizer. The shrimp was so fresh and perfectly seasoned, and it just blows my mind how good everything tasted. I loved how colorful it was and all the nice textures. And let's talk about this stuffed cucumber. I don't think I've ever had a stuffed cucumber before, but this was amazing. It was so creamy and so crunchy. I honestly wish that they would serve me 10 of those. And as for Wah, he had salmon caviar, and of course, he loved it too. Just really fancy, really good. Following that, we were both served a carrot soup. Again, perfectly seasoned and a nice touch after the appetizer. Next up, I have my main entree. I cannot tell you guys how much I miss this meal, and I truly never thought that I would say this about airplane food, but wow. I ordered the vegetarian Oriental meal, which is a Chinese style meal that you can special order when you're booking your flight. The food was perfectly seasoned, it was served hot and fresh, and the presentation was just beautiful. It was like fine dining, but in the airplane, and truly was a meal to remember. As for Wah, he ordered the bulgogi with rice. It was served with a side of soup and a side of raw veggies. What he loved especially was the side dishes. Definitely felt like a traditional Korean meal, and it got him even more excited to arrive in Korea. So he stuffed the vegetables and the meat into the lettuce and kind of made like a little wrap, and of course he loved his meal as well. After the main entree, they brought us some fruit and a plate of cheese for dessert. The fruit was cut into these cute little shapes that I loved, and of course, served really nice and fresh. The fruit was so crispy and delicious. After a great meal, they offered us either coffee or tea. I, of course, went with jasmine green tea. It's like my favorite tea ever, and this was a really nice touch to wrap up the meal. They had a pretty good selection of different movies in their in-flight entertainment system, but after I finished my movie, I was tired. So of course, I had to take advantage of the 180-degree lie flat bed, which truly is the best part about business class. You can sleep like a baby, which I totally did for 2 hours. I just woke up, and I woke up to the sound and the smell of ramen noodles. Do you want ramen noodles? Of course, I could not fight the temptation and ordered myself a ramen noodle. And when they served this, it totally exceeded all my expectations. They did not serve it in just a cup. They brought it in an actual bowl, also with sides of kimchi and side dishes. They even brought me fruit and chips to finish it off while I was watching Avengers Endgame. It was an awesome flight, to say the least. Just like that, 12 hours completely flown by and we have made it safely to Korea. When I first looked out the window and saw the landscape, it made me so happy and grateful for experiences such as traveling the world. And we were welcomed by the staff at the airport. They helped us get to the shuttle stop and we took a 10-minute shuttle ride to Paradise City Resort. The next morning, we grabbed breakfast inside the hotel at a restaurant called On the Plate, which, by the way, if you guys stay at the Paradise City Resort, you must come here for their amazing breakfast buffet. So we were invited by Incheon Airport to show you guys some of the cool amenities at the airport. So after breakfast, we took the same shuttle ride and went back to the airport, which was only 10 minutes away. I know traveling can feel very stressful at times, especially if you have a long layover. So what's really nice about the Incheon Airport is that they have lots of free amenities for guests who are transferring or just stopping by. There's so much to see, shop, and eat. You definitely won't feel bored at this airport. So I wanted to start with showing you guys the transfer facilities because who doesn't love free stuff? They have free showers here for transfer guests so that you can freshen up in between flights. They also have a relax zone where you can use free Wi-Fi and the chargers to catch up on some work. There's also a nap zone, which I thought was really nice. They have comfortable lounge chairs and beds inside for you to lay down on. They also have a free internet zone where you can browse the web if you would like. This is located right next to the relax zone, so all of this is in the same area and you won't get lost. And keep in mind, all of these amenities are free for transfer passengers and they're open 24 hours. Another cool thing about this airport is that they showcase their culture throughout. As we were walking around, we actually caught a traditional performance that had just started. And they also have concerts, crafts that you can do. And my favorite would have to be the Cultural Experience Center. You will find traditional trinkets and gifts here, and it's just really beautiful stuff. So I highly recommend stopping by to take a look. And lastly, if you guys have kids or know of Baby Shark and Pink Fong, which I'm sure we have all heard of them before, they are huge here in Korea, so you can take a photo with the ginormous stuffed animal if you come across it. The next thing that I would like to recommend would have to be the free transit tours. Yes, I said for free. If you guys have a layover and instead of staying at the airport, you want to venture out and explore Korea for a little bit, then I would definitely take advantage of this. So you just follow the green signs that say free transit tour. It's really hard to miss. You will see it throughout the airport. Follow the signs and it will take you to a desk where you can get more information. So they have different tours ranging between 1 hour to 5 hours. So you can just kind of gauge and see what works for your timing. They have traditional experiences. You can either go shopping, you can go to temples. There are so many different options, so make sure you ask them and check it out. We decided to do the 2-hour old and new tour, which took us to Songdo Hanok Village and also Triple Shopping Street, which is an area where you can shop and eat. After that, we were dropped off at our hotel, which is called Gyeongwon-jae Ambassador Hotel. This hotel, by the way, is absolutely stunning. Probably one of the most beautiful hotels I've ever been. It was really cool to kind of see the mixture of old and new. You see the traditional designs of the hotel, but right beyond that, you can see high-rise buildings, which I thought was really, really cool. Also, with the hanbok that you see me wearing, you can actually rent this from the hotel, which I definitely took advantage of and took some photos in. So we checked into our deluxe suite and we were first welcomed with tea service. I really loved the traditional feel of this room. It's just unlike any hotel that I've ever stayed in. And they have what's called ondo flooring, which gave a really nice wood scent throughout the entire room. I also really love that even though it's traditional, it still has modern amenities such as a king-sized bed, a huge bathroom, and my personal favorite would have to be the Hinoki bathtub. So the next day, our tour guide planned a 5-hour tour for us, which you can actually schedule at the free transit tour desk inside of the airport. So this one is called the traditional tour because it features the Gyeongbokgung Palace and a neighborhood called Insadong. Let's start with the palace. The Gyeongbokgung Palace is the first royal palace completed in 1395, and it was burned down in 1592 due to an invasion, but it was restored in 1867. Once we finished the tour at the palace, we hopped back onto our tour bus and we headed for a neighborhood called Insadong. Insadong is a really cute neighborhood with antique shops, folk art galleries, and small shops selling traditional goods. What I loved about this neighborhood would have to be the restaurant that we ate at. By the way, if you take the tour with the airport, they will take you to this exact restaurant, and I ordered the bibimbap, which was so good. It was quite possibly the best bibimbap I've ever had in my life. So if you guys take the tour, make sure you get the bibimbap. After lunch, we parted ways with our tour guide and we took a taxi to our next stop in Seoul, the Shilla Hotel. We have finally made it to Seoul, which is the biggest city and also the capital of Korea. This is our room. So we are on the 19th floor with a city view room. This is our bathroom. Over here we have the tub and a glass window that looks right into the bedroom. This is our room. We have a king-size bedroom, good size. Yes, please. And this is our view. I love the view. We stayed in Seoul for 2 more days. If you guys would like to see what we did, make sure you check out my vlog channel, Weylie TV. But sadly, the trip is coming to an end. The night before our flight, we took a taxi back to Paradise City Resort. Again, this is the hotel that is only 10 minutes away from the airport, and since we had a morning flight, we decided it would be easiest if we headed back to Incheon the night before. But I realized that there's still so much to this resort that I haven't shown you guys yet, so let me give you a little tour. Paradise City Resort is actually known as the Artainment Resort. They are really big on art here, so throughout the hotel you will notice art installations such as this one. Inside the hotel, they have spas, indoor and outdoor swimming pools, which were beautiful, and food courts, and even a small theme park called the Wonder Box. The following morning, we headed straight to the airport for our flight home, and even though I was really sad that the trip was coming to an end, I somehow felt really excited for the flight because I knew the flight was going to be very, very comfortable. So we first checked in at the Asiana Premium check-in counter. They had an actual room to check in people who fly business or first class, and it was just a really smooth, very easy process, and the service was awesome. We got to the airport early, so of course I took advantage of the duty-free shopping. Growing up, my mom would always shop for gifts on our way home because it is tax-free. I did most of my shopping at the Shilla duty-free, and by the way, if you guys are at the Incheon airport, make sure you stop by the Shilla information counter for coupons and gift cards. You can use them for your purchases in the duty-free shop. There's a variety of cosmetics, perfumes, sunglasses, clothes, jewelry, so make sure you get to the airport early if you want to shop. After shopping, we still had some free time left, so we stopped by the Asiana Lounge. Inside, they have lounging areas, massage chairs, and overall just really aesthetic and pretty decor. Anytime I'm at the lounge, I always go for the food. They definitely did not have a shortage of Shin Ramen, which we all know is loved by Korea. So we grabbed a quick bite to eat, and it was already time to board our flight. Shortly after takeoff, it was dinner time, also known as my favorite time. The meals were amazing, as I expected. We were served a 3-course meal. So starting with the appetizer, I have the vegetarian meal. So I have a stuffed mushroom and some sort of stuffed squash. Following that, they gave me japchae. You guys, I love these cold noodles. And as if that was not enough as an appetizer, we were also served tomato soup. As for my entree, it was so delicious once again, and I seriously need to know who is the chef because these vegetarian meals are so good. My dish was basically a tofu with mushrooms over a thick sauce with a side of warm rice, and if you know anything about me, you will know that this is my type of meal. And as for Wah, he just can't seem to get enough of the bulgogi, so he ordered it again, and it was served hot with side dishes, a soup, and raw veggies. After eating, I always tend to get sleepy, so I decided to set up my bed with just a push of a button. The seat just lays completely flat and it becomes a nice bed. You also have bedding and pillows. It is really comfortable and cozy. You can completely stretch out your legs. I actually ended up staying in this position for a little bit, watched some movies, and then went to bed. Roughly about 3 hours before landing, it was time for breakfast. Another favorite time for me. For breakfast, Wall actually had this really delicious porridge. And as for me, I had a vegetarian breakfast, which consisted of some veggies, rice, and also a salad. And that concludes my first experience to Korea. I would like to take this time to say thank you to Asiana Airlines and Incheon Airport for your hospitality. I truly had the most amazing time and it was a life-changing trip for me. I hope this video and my vlogs inspire you guys to want to visit Korea. I truly did not know what to expect prior to going, but this trip was so life-changing for me. I loved the people, I loved the culture, and I cannot wait to be back. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like this video, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!